G'day, my name is Tom, and I'm retiring to Thailand. I've had enough of the 40-hour plus working weeks, and fortunate enough not to have to do it anymore. I'm single, my kids are all adults doing their thing, further shaping their lives, and I've come to appreciate the country I've been visiting for years so much, I'm going to live there. I'm packing up and selling up all I own to start the next chapter in my life as a travelling retiree in another land. In this and other videos, I'm explaining my thoughts and the actions that need to be taken to make the transition from being fully employed in Australia to living a life of my dreams in Thailand become a reality. This video covers what my initial thoughts are when confronting the magnitude of tasks to be completed to detach yourself from the everyday life you've been accustomed to. Selling a house, cars, furniture, finances, personal relationships, etc. This video's topic and others will give you some idea as to what is involved in moving to another country from my point of view that you might find helpful if you're planning a similar change in life. Stick around until the end and comment on anything covered here or questions you might have, or you may have some experience you wish to share yourself. G'day, how are you? Fancy seeing you here. Coming to you from Gumeracha today. So Gumeracha's a little town in the Adelaide Hills, probably about a half an hour drive from where I live. I've come up here many times over the years, come with my friends, my kids. I'm in a little park which I can't remember the name of at the moment, but it's the main park in the town of Gumeracha. I'll leave a link for it in the description. So today's a bit of a main purpose for today was to come up and take some photos and videos of my car, along with getting more experience with using my drone. Now my drone is a very good tool actually. Having a look at other YouTubers' videos, I'm obviously nowhere near at the level of expertise, but practice makes perfect, they say, including some of my speech. But anyway, it's like I said, it's a bit of a day of reflection, having a look at where I've progressed to today. Also having a look at, as I said, taking some photos of my car, because one of the things, the biggest thing actually that I have to focus on at the moment is selling up. Like, I have to sell up basically all my life, as in all my worldly possessions, down to 2 suitcases. Now I'm finding that a little bit daunting at the moment, only because there's just so much to do. So one of those first things that I do have to do is sell my car. Now I do have 2 cars. One's an old Hilux 4-wheel drive, very faithful and trusty boot machine that I've used since my tradie days. I used to load it up with all my tools, materials, tow a trailer, and as a workhorse it has never let me down. Since the last 12 years, 13 years, where I haven't been on the tools. So I wound my business down and decided that I'll get another job, get off the tools, give my body a bit of a break. So I decided that I take up a teaching position. So teaching building and construction to the trades, predominantly carpentry. Then moved into Certificate 4 in building and construction, which, you know, if you'd asked me 13 years ago, would I be doing that? I said, no, you're dreaming. I'm a tradie, always going to be a tradie. But when you realise the facts that your body just can't do it anymore, and it's not for everybody. I know guys in their well into their 60s They still fit as and no problems. But I just can't do it anymore. Well, I couldn't do it anymore. So I moved into teaching and found out that I actually enjoy it. It's actually a good, profession to be in. But I'll talk about that in another vlog. Today, as I said, a bit of a reflection on what am I doing? What the bloody hell am I doing? Like, as I said, I've got to sell up my life, not sell my soul or anything. I just need to sell all my worldly possessions, get it down into 2 suitcases. And again, one of the first things is to sell my car, my beloved Mercedes C300, which I'll show you a few pics of. So as I said, well, I digressed a little bit there, but talking about my Hilux, I've been driving around in utes and four-wheel drives all my working life. So when I got off the tools, I thought, I'll get a little bit of money, I'll go and buy myself a nice car and drive around a little bit of sporty luxury, I suppose you'd say. And I've loved it, absolutely loved it. But making bigger decisions now, I have to let it go. So I've just had it cleaned today. I've brought it up here to Gumeracha. And again, dual purpose there. I've taken it out into wide open space next to one of the footy ovals, or the main footy oval in Gumeracha. And taking some photos, some videos. Nice, quiet, beautiful area. It's actually very cold at the moment, despite the sun in my face, which is very nice. But we've had a little bit of rain recently. Everything's starting to green up. Not as much water in the reservoirs and the creeks as you might expect, but we are getting some rain in the next week. So another reason for me doing this today, because there's going to be at least 7 days where I'm not going to be able to do anything outside. So today's the day. You can actually see it is actually very nice. Late afternoon, mid to late afternoon here. I think it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Shadows creeping over the park here with the big gum trees. Again, I'll show you in a second. It's like I said, just reflecting on the decisions that I am making. And look, some people might say, oh Tom, you're making the decisions, suffer the consequences. Well, yeah, I am suffering the consequences, but is it really suffering? Like I said, I'm just finding it daunting making these decisions that are literally going to change the rest of my life. So I've just coming to terms with it, I suppose. Like, I've had good conversations with my 2 eldest boys, and like even my younger son, who's, he's overseas living and studying in Japan himself, and he's not even 20 yet. So if he can do it, I can do it. But I've got another 36 years or something on him. So like I said, decisions are slightly bigger, more consequences, I suppose. But again, I just have to deal with it. It's not a problem. Like I said, it's just a little bit daunting. So again, a little bit of reflection today. Always like driving up into the hills, as you see in some of my other videos. I've always loved the Adelaide Hills. I've always loved the Riverland in South Australia as well, along the Murray River. Don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to get up there and take a few videos before I go, but if I do get the chance, I certainly will. So like I said, it's just a bit of a ramble today, just to again get used to the idea of videoing myself for a start. But again, it's just a bit of a good getaway. We'll go for a walk in a second and I'll just show you how nice this place is. Very typical example of a nice Adelaide Hills country town. And there's plenty of them. Gumeracha, like I said, fairly close. Some nice winding roads to take my Mercedes out on a nice little performance drive, I shall say. A couple of my mates and my sons will appreciate what I'm saying there. Okay, so here we are, still in Gumeracha. Still getting a bit later in the afternoon, as you can see by the shadows. Gumeracha is actually a really nice town. It's quite quiet, but it is a bit of a crossroads to other towns around the area. So that's the way in from Adelaide there. The good old Gumeracha Hotel on the corner. That way heads down towards Loberthal, another nice town in the hills. And then further on, if you keep going straight on down that way, you'll get to Mount Pleasant. So as I was saying before, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the park. It's actually a really nice park, and you know, in the afternoon sun it's quite nice. The name of this park, Federation Park. Okay, I would assume that it was established around about the time of the Federation of South Australia. A couple of memorials around the place to the fallen through the Great Wars. But we'll go for a bit of a walk around. Again, it's been quite cold over the past couple of weeks. Woke up this morning and checked the phone. Actually said 0.6 of a degree Celsius. And then you get that little note along the side that says, feels like 2.5, minus 2.5 degrees. So yeah, it's cold. I don't think it gets much colder in Adelaide. You might dip below the zero every now and then. But as you can see, we're in a nice park here. I'm standing in the middle of the playground at the moment. No kids here. Classic old Australian gum trees. I'll face it into the sun, but you might be able to see there. There's some barbecue facilities, toilets, more playgrounds. It's actually quite a large area, and I've been here a few times when they've had some markets on. I think they slow down a little bit during winter for obvious reasons. It's quite nice markets, arts and crafts, food. You get some music. So in this area here, they probably have 20 to 30 stalls. And the people who come to these sort of do the rounds. I've seen them at other markets around other towns in the Adelaide Hills. Plenty of shelter, seating, bit of a gazebo there in the middle, which is a bit of a feature. You get a whole heap of people here in their deck chairs. And I noticed this a little bit earlier. There's a couple others to show you, but that is the stump, the remains of what would have been a very large tree. Couldn't tell you what sort, obviously, but if I pan around here, you can see there's a couple of mighty gums here. I'm not very good at naming gum trees, but I'll tell you that they are gum trees. There's another big one here, tall, 30, 35 metres tall, 40 metres tall probably. Very big tree. The trunk on this one here is huge. I think you're going to need a cut lunch and a water bag to walk around that one. I'm sure there's bigger around the place. You can see quite a nice area just to chill out in, even though, like I said, it's a bit cold today. But classic Australian flora, trees and shrubs. I don't know what this creek is here. Like I said, we haven't had a large volume of rain. So it's not, the creek isn't flowing, but a little bit of rain, it'd pick up. Again, it just extends on a little bit further on the other side of the creek there. You've got the town hall, footy oval on the other side, a couple other little facilities as well. I think there was some, the tennis courts are over this side, but some good facilities. Like I said, nice place to chill out at, which again was one of the reasons why I came here. I'll just squeeze through here and hopefully no spiders in my face. Nice and green, as I said. We've had a little bit of rain, so as soon as you get a little bit of rain, though, everything greens back up again. So I walk over here. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it is obviously some part of a tree, whether it's been deliberately hollowed out or whether it's been machined up, but again, not sure what it is. Some sort of water feature, but there's no flowing water, but a couple of Aboriginal designs that have been painted on there. Okay. The sun's going to go behind the high trees very soon. Still a few people out. Again, similar idea to me. Some bringing their kids out, playing around, others walking their dogs, others just going for their walk. So again, while you can, you should. So I'll wrap things up now and catch you later.